Hello, Mr. Anthony, can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Mr. Anthony, hold on. What is going on here? Just a quick one. Just hold on. Let me try and sort some few things out. Okay, that's it there. But it's not bright.
So I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? It should be from
There's
your
no sound. There's no sound.
There's sound. It should be from your side. Check. It should be from your side. Oh. Can you see me at all?
No, there's no sound.
Okay, let me come
Just
out
give me
of
a
here.
second, actually.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Anthony. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I'm on. How many streams are you?
Yeah, I'm just going to sign out of this.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Okay, brilliant. Okay. I can
Yeah,
hear
you
you
can
now.
hear me.
Yes,
Brilliant.
I can.
Yeah, I can hear you too. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Lovely.
Excellent.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. That is it. We are back live and direct. Now, first of all, I want to apologize for yesterday. Those of you that were waiting on
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse, I couldn't come in. We had a little bit of some issues, technical issues that we needed to deal with, and some other issues. Things came up. Yeah. But today we're going to be talking about understanding what recruiters seek from project managers and business analysts. Now, anyone out there who is interested in becoming a business analyst or who is interested in becoming a project manager, if you don't know what they want, you might think this is what they want, and then you just do just everything. So we're going to be telling you what they want from you, what recruiters are looking for. So you see, we're going to be dealing with straight from how do I put it? Straight from what you need to put on your CV, few things about what you're going to say in the interview, how you need to prepare, and what you should be looking up to. Some people will say, I'm going for this job, I'm applying for this job, but what should be my rate? I was talking to someone today and just encouraging her about getting to the job, being able to move in the job. And one of the things I told her was that your starting salary could be between 55, 60, 70K. She said, that's too much. Just let me start somewhere. Yeah, he said, just let me start somewhere. If I can begin from anywhere, I'm okay. So, Mr. Anthony, you want to kick off? We've got a banner right here. Now, sorry, before Mr. Anthony will talk, now I'll just say some few things now. CEDA Pro is, we are CEDA professionals. We're into training, company management, software development, website management, infrastructure management, project management. So you are looking at a company that is robust to give you the desired outcome, whether you're a client, you are somebody who needs advice in regards to business or anything. We are ready for you. So if you've got students you want to train, organizations you want to train, get in touch with us, and we'll just deliver. We've got all the accreditations in place, and we are well known in the market. You can go and check our LinkedIn profile and see who we are, who we work with. We are transparent with who we are and what we do. So we're here. So quickly get in touch, share the video with your friends, like it, subscribe, and then hit the notification button. So, Mr. Anthony, you want to start off?
Yes, Mr. Oji, thank you very much for this opportunity. So I just wanted to quickly say that the topic of the room is actually very, very, very instructive, because it's one thing to actually have the experience and the certifications and also the skills. It's another thing to know how to actually meet up with what recruiters are looking for, because recruiters have specific ideas in their mind when they put job descriptions out there. My manager was I was meant to have a conversation with him on Monday, and he said to me, "Oh, we're recruiting. We got, I think, about 4 or 5 different people that we're actually interviewing." That was on Monday. On Tuesday, they put out the job again because there was no right candidates that actually match up with the job description. So I thought to myself, what exactly went wrong? Because people came into these interviews, they went through the selection phase, their CVs were actually checked, and they went through their selection phase, and they knew that they thought that they're going to get the job, but somehow they couldn't meet up what the recruiters were looking for. So what's the first thing that recruiters are looking for? The first thing is that your CV must match up with what they have in their mind. And a lot of times we tell our students, look, the job description is an invitation from the recruiter or the employer to help you understand what icon or what representation they have in their mind of the set project manager or business analyst. There are specific experiences they are looking to see. There are specific certifications. There are specific skills, trainings, mindset. There are clearly defined requirements that they have when they put out the job description. So how do you now match up? Well, your CV must match it. Your CV must be able to have those keywords, key skills, whether it's IT, business, software programs, whatever it is. You've got to have those specific buzzwords that actually get their attention to know, oh, Mr. or Mrs. So can actually do the job or has been able to do the job. The other thing is proving on your CV that there is actual substance to who you are. They should be able to read your CV and know that, hey, this person has the experience, they have the skills, they've managed to actually undertake projects of this nature. They've probably dealt with this amount of budget. They've managed to work with this level of groups or organizations and whatnot. And all those things must be communicated in your CV because it is a representation of you. I've been in instances where we are looking at CVs, and by the time you scan through it, you already can tell yourself. In fact, that's where I actually learned that CV was very, very critical in the selection phase, because what happens is that when we look at it, we can already define and tell the kind of individual that you are. Is it robust? Is it well put together? Have you highlighted your experiences? Have you highlighted examples of your projects? Have you highlighted your accomplishments, the key things that you actually did and achieved in your organization? That must be clearly defined in your CV. Okay, so that's the first thing. The first thing is that you have a robust CV that actually clearly matches up with the recruiter's job description. The second thing is your interview preparation and the interview itself. And this is where most people don't realize that there's a need for you to prepare and there's a need for you to know how to do interviews properly. You see, interviews are a gateway for them to actually understand what you are made of, understand whether or not you can fit into the culture, understand whether or not you actually have what it takes to do the job that they have. So where do you come in? Where do you come in your interview preparation? We've talked a lot about these things in terms of you being able to watch videos on how to prepare for interviews, specific key questions that they ask. There are consistent questions they're going to always ask you. For example, tell me about yourself. You should be able to have a clearly concise answer to tell me about yourself, where you list your experience, you list your competency, you list the regions you've worked in, the industry you've worked in, the opportunities that you've had. You must be able to clearly define your tell me about yourself, because I believe that the tell me about yourself questions, which is usually the first question, determines or forms the foundation upon which you now build to be confident in your delivery. So that's the first. That's one aspect of the interview. The second aspect of the interview is evidence-based answers. You see, one thing that you have to realize is that recruiters are looking to know whether you have the experiences. So they are looking for you to give them the situations that you found yourself in the past, the task that you did, the activities or the actions that you took, and the results that you actually achieved. And that's very critical. So before you go into any interview process, you've got to have at least 3 or 4 different case studies or examples of things that you've done, and be able to sort of run through all of them in your mind with the different questions that can come from different angles, so that when you start talking, you literally have, okay, tell me about a time when you did this. You say, okay, on this particular project, I did this, I was responsible for that, and this and that, and this is what I did, and this is the result, and this is the lessons that I learned from that. That's very, very crucial. Very, very crucial. The other thing about interviews that most people don't say is your likability. And we say that a lot in our training programs, that people have to realize that as much as you have to have the experiences and skill sets and all that stuff, you need to know that they want to know that you are likable. You are naturally a likable person. You're a likable human being. And you just will function well around other human beings. You have good interpersonal skills. You're able to relate with everybody else. You know how to relate well and all that stuff. It's very important for you to be nice. It's very important for you to be human, for you to be a good person, for them to realize that you're not somebody that is just going to come. You're not a cynical, pessimistic person that's just going to be picking up only the negatives in the organization. You're going to focus on the positives. You're going to get your job done. One thing in all my organizations will tell you something is that, he gets on with his work. It's very, very important. You're likable. When we had the interview with the Scrum Master, Mr. Oji, if you recall, he said that even if you don't have the technical skills, if you have interpersonal skills, your ability to relate with people, that becomes very, very important in your ability to actually facilitate your meetings and ensure that everything that is done correctly. Now, the one last thing about interview is what you do after the interviews is also very, very important. Very, very important. Do you send emails? Your handshake? Do you tell them, look, one thing I do when I go for interviews is I'll say something like this: it's been a pleasure being here. I'm so grateful for you to invite me to actually interview for this role. I would say that if I'm given this particular opportunity, I will thrive in this organization. I will bring value from day one. And most importantly, I'll ensure that your corporate objectives are achieved from day one. I'll say something like that. And then when I go, I'll quickly send an email to them and say, thank you very much again. I just want to express my gratitude for the interview. Now, these are all things that I do because I want to separate myself from everybody else. And in doing that, they kind of realize that you are different. You have something special about yourself, and you stand out. You really stand out, because most people don't do any of these things after the interview. They just leave it and say, okay, I did interview for this, and then I'm gone. They want to know that you are interested in the organization. You want to get the job. Maybe you didn't even get the job, but just by sending an email to just say thank you and all that stuff, you actually have the opportunity to express something to them. So that part is very, very crucial. Now, for the purpose of our conversation here, we said that what do recruiters look for? And we've talked about your CV, and we've also talked about interview. But one thing that we have to also talk about, which is not really related to CV and really related to interview, is that recruiters are looking for problem solvers. Okay, that's very, very, very important. They have a problem, and Yeah, they are looking for somebody that will solve their problem. So the mindset that you're a problem solver, the mindset that you are in there to help them achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, you help them, solve the problems that that mindset, if you don't have it, if you don't have it, even the way you communicate on your CVs and your interview will always be like somebody who's just here to get a job and make money. You can pick that up. You can pick that vibe up from anything that the person is doing. So it's important. It's very important for you to know that you have to have an attitude of a problem solver. You have to have an attitude of somebody that is here to contribute value to the organization by first understanding the problem, by also analyzing the problem, and also, more importantly, preferring solutions to them. If you are a problem solver, there's hardly ever a point in your life where you say you don't have work. It is very, very hard because the world is full of problems. I mean, there's problems everywhere, and organizational people, organizational employees, employers, whatever the case is, they are looking for people that will come into the organization and solve problems. I'm yet to meet somebody who's a problem solver and has developed the skill sets, and they are struggling to find something. One thing that I will also add to this is this: organizations are not looking for people they need to bring in and train. They don't have the time anymore. And this is where Cedar Pro comes in. We offer you 6 weeks of training. We offer you the practical tools that you require. We also train you on the tools and softwares that is actually used in the industry, because you need to have the experiences. You need to have the skills. You need to know what you're doing. When you get in there, you display confidence. You know what, in fact, it actually shows during your interview. They are not looking for people who they have to go to. I remember talking to one recruiter. She said to me, I am actually not interested in recruiting anybody who has not done the job before. So what happens is that in the process of, because she did it before, and when she did it, she said she regretted it for her life. So what people have to realize is that part of coming to an organization like Cedar Pro is that you get the training that you need, the experiences, practical work experience. We offer you 3 months of practical hands-on experience so that you can be able to develop the skill set and the experiences necessary to actually do the job. It's very, very, very important. Because if you have those skills, you are always going to be in high demand. If you have those experiences, you're always going to be in high demand. And just by the side, we have our training program starting on the 17th. We have an offer going, guys, half price. We are waiting for you guys to join us. The registration is almost closing. We're closing it on Thursday, and we are very, very much aware that some people want to join this class. So if you are hearing me and you want to join those class, just get in contact with myself or Mr. OG, and we'll definitely get you registered for this particular program. But coming back to it, is that the goal of these training programs is to give you the theory and the practice, the theory and the practice, the theory and the practice, the theory and the practice. Once you get that, you'll be in a position to actually do what you want to do, which is you'll be able to display the knowledge that you need in the organization.
That's it.
One final thing that I can add, before, if you want to say anything, is this. Sorry.
Can you hear
okay,
me?
yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Good. I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
One final thing is,
yeah. No,
one final thing
our candidates have worked. Where the people that we have trained, the companies where they've worked, is scrolling on the screen.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes, exactly. NHS, Sky, Amazon, Google. Yes, exactly. So, guys, and these are just few of our candidates that have actually worked in these environments. So, the point is that these are testimonials to actually give you the confidence that you need. Okay, so if you're, we say to the students all the time, we're very, very much cognizant of the power of our training programs, the way we do our stuff, and also our experiences in the industry. We know that if somebody should dedicate themselves to actually doing what it is that we have in those 6 weeks and 3 months, there's no way you're not going to get a job. We have people that are coming for testers and they ask questions, and you're asking yourself, have they been through any program actually to be asking these questions? Because again, somebody is teaching them something that they themselves are not practically doing. We are practitioners, like we always say. We are doing the job, so it's easy for us to teach you what it is that you need to know in order to do the job. Now, I was going to say that one thing that recruiters are also looking for is this. Recruiters are simply looking for, recruiters are looking for people that have foresight and also insight. And this is something Mr. Oji is probably going to have a lot to share on it, which
Yeah.
is the word
Yeah.
wisdom.
That's it.
Wisdom. It's very it's it's good to know, have the experiences. It's good to have the skills. It's good to have all those things, but there are some problems that you will need wisdom to actually address in organization. And it's wisdom here is not something special here. It's just practical common sense to look at problems objectively and be able to address it in a common sense way, giving it practical solutions. And so what we do in Cedar Pro is we give you the practical experience, because in the process of actually going through the different challenges and difficulties, you become very, very much well vested, and also you think analytical. You are able to analyze situations and understand it and put together a program that will help you answer things correctly. So you've got to be somebody that is wise. We're talking about business analyst, project manager. Now I can quickly just talk about the individual skill sets. So project managers, like we've always said, are people that lead, they direct and control projects. And their role is basically to go through the project life cycle. So initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and then closure. Then you've got business analysts who are solution providers, and their job really is to gather requirements, analyze requirements, model requirements, and then also to communicate requirements. These two work together because one is understanding the problem, bringing solutions, and the other one is now executing on those solutions. Now, project managers, you always, like I said, you always have to have examples of your projects that you've delivered in your CV. Recruiters want to see that. They want to see what types of projects that you've actually delivered. And then when it comes to business analysts, there's a lot of softwares that you need to be aware of. So Tableau, Power BI, and then the likes of Excel and all the various things. So it's like they are all very much individual skills that you need to have in your CV, and then also in your interview sessions to do it, to actually be successful. But one thing for sure is whether you're a PM or you're a BA, the most important thing is that you can confidently explain practically or give them evidences of work that you've done as a PM, as a BA, as a Scrum Master, or even as a project support officer. At this point, Mr. Oji, do you have anything you want to chime in quickly? I think we're getting to 1/2 already.
Yeah. I will just quickly say this. I'll rush through 12 things that recruiters look for on the CV. Okay. And then because I just want everybody to get it, that when you come to class, we can teach you more. Now, the first thing you need to know is this. Registration is currently ongoing for the next training class. So call to take advantage of the 50% discount quickly. Just quickly do that. The first thing that recruiters, you see, when recruiters get your CV, what they look at, now you'll be wondering, okay, am I a recruiter? Yes, I recruit people for jobs and I go through their CV. The first thing they want to look at is career continuity. Very, very important. They look at your CV and say that, man, this guy is half year, 6 months here, 6 months here, 5 months here, and you're not a contract staff. They'll just say, man, you know what, this guy is not going to stay with us. I can't take this guy. Because you need to understand something. As a recruiter, the longer you stay in the organization that they'll recruit you for, the more percentage they get. The shorter you stay, some of them don't want to take the risk of returning that final, but I don't want to go. The next thing is customization. The recruiter want to make sure that your CV aligns with the job description and requirement. Mr. Anthony has already said that. So customization, very important. Then the next thing that they want to check, which is the third thing, is effective communication. I've been seeing some CVs where somebody's using future tense for present tense. I corrected some documents sometimes. Say, man, no, you're using possessive adjective as plural. Just missing that particular mark there, it becomes plural. Instead of saying a possessive adjective that they only bought. Effective communication, very important. Then the next is what? Ability to follow direction. So like if, for example, the recruiter is recruiting for remote position, the first thing they look for in an applicant is their ability to follow direction. Did the applicant do what was asked of them during the application process? They check those things. We want 2,000 words here. You've written 2003. You've written 2005 because you copied and pasted it straight from a document in there. So they want to find out if you are able to follow direction. Then the next thing is your previous job description. Some candidates, will list out all their responsibilities in their previous jobs, but what they are really looking for is the wordings, the processes. What was your achievement? What did you meet in that other job? That's what they are looking for. Then the next thing, which is number 6, is your sense of authenticity and self. So, because what happens is this: everybody wants to hire a person who happens to have the experience relative to that job, and that special something that brings out their skills to life. They're always after that. What's that thing that really brings out your skills to life? So that sense of authenticity, sense of self, they're always after that. Number 7 is what? Agility and flexibility. Because why? We live in an agile world where we need to focus more on hiring for potential than just the project or role in front of us. So we are looking at, therefore, agility and willingness to be flexible. They are key. So it's not just hiring for the role. It's not just hiring for the project, but it's that person's ability to be flexible. They are the keys. Then the next thing is what? The length of your CV. Very important. You have to keep your CV short, maximum 2 pages. I've sent a CV that is 5 pages. I'm still waiting for the reply. 5 pages. 5. Then you have to be, you see, your CV should be a storytelling CV. I was in a workshop today with a client of mine. Listening to this client, since I've been in my career, this is the first person who spoke intelligently. I met architects, designers, but this person I saw today, since I've been in my career, is the first person who spoke intelligently. A lot from him. Quite a lot. Storytelling. His storytelling is painless. Like picking lead to the other, when he finished, you know what he said? He said, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't want to look like a teacher. Everybody said, of analyzing topics. It was amazing. It's one skill I will not forget in my career and even in life. The guy was just amazing. It's storytelling. You have to spell grammar. That for your spelling, your grammar. Check those things. Don't use American English for Europe for English. For UK English? Because when you're pressing your computer, it keeps giving you American English. Specialization. You use Z instead of S, or C instead of S. So those things, you have to be careful. You have to watch them. So your spelling and your grammar. Then the next thing is what? Your wins, your numbers, and your matrix. Very important. Because if you can articulate your story, remember I said your spelling and grammar. Before spelling and grammar, I said your story. If you can articulate your story behind your previous win, and then show the metrics of how they improve performance, you're in. You're in. And then how you present yourself, very important. your presentation. Very, very important. Because you see, what you need to understand is this. When your CV gets to me, either as a recruiter, a manager, contractor, or a director, I'm looking at the CV to see how I can use you to fill a gap. Because there's a gap that was created as a result of somebody leaving or as a result of somebody needed. So I need you to give me that gap. So if I don't get the gap, I'll look at it and say, okay, let me move on to the next person. That's why I'm not going to take that lengthy time to be reading 5 pages of a CV, because all I'm looking for is I'm looking for the gap, and that gap is in the job description. That's why your CV should not be generic, because your CV should tell me that I have chosen the right person, and because I have the right person, I'll be able to use the right person to achieve what I want to achieve. We're going to tell you more when you come in for our training, because we don't want to take so much time. We're going to tell you more because this is just 12 steps of delivering your CV. You follow these 12 steps, you're done. I told someone today, I said, listen, when you come for this training, I can assure you that in the 9th week, or let us say in 2 months, 3 months time, you have a job. I said, because we are not just trainers, we are practitioners. We are project managers, agile project managers. We're not trainers. That's what we are. Construction design managers, project managers, principal designer, health and safety consultant. That's what we are. So we're not just we're not just saying, come, let's train you. That's what we do as a job. No, we are working in the field. So every day we are coming in contact with projects, we are meeting people, and that's how we are delivering those knowledge to our students. That's why you find that our students are working in those industries. People working in Manchester United, people working in Amazon, Google, Newham Council, and even more. Banks, hospitals, and Ministry of Justice. Our students are working there because we are able to deliver. So I don't want to take much of your time, Mr. Anthony. I think we've almost hit our time. We've gone very far, but so what I want to tell you is take advantage of this training. Quickly get in. Registration is currently ongoing for the next training class, which is starting on the 17th of this month.
Saturday the 17th of this month.
Saturday the 17th of this month. Take advantage of it. Don't be on the side just watching and waiting. No, take advantage of it and make good use of it. We'll be seeing you in the class. And please, when you get into the class, personally, ask for me so I can say hello to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. And we'll catch up with you soon. Tomorrow we are on Clubhouse, so join us there. Thank you. And thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. See you. Take care. Okay, we'll be seeing you in the next class. Now, please don't forget, this is Cedar Pro. And we'll be giving you 50% discount to everyone that will register between today and Saturday, and those that will register between those that register between today and Saturday, you're going to be getting 50% discount. So the discount will close 12 midnight Friday, and we can just move it to 12. No, it's 12 midnight Friday. That's when the discount is going to close. So take advantage of it between now and Friday. 50% discount, which is a good buy. Be wise. I'll be seeing you.